I think he was feeling something. As an MC, I know what that feeling is. Like you up there, either you was nervous about something or something happened, or maybe there was a time they told you that was gonna cut into your time. I don't know. But whatever it was something that had him speed through that when that's the moment that you don't speed through that.
All right, there's so much going on in New York right now. It's crazy. First, let's start with your man Jay-Z. He had came out and said he wasn't sure if battling should be part of hip hop culture anymore because of how extreme the fans take it and social media and people's kids and marriages get brought up. First, what did you think when you heard him say that before we get to the freestyle?
I thought I addressed it on the Shay Cobain album too, on the song Culture Culture. Like I do that sounded like a man who was disconnected. It sounded like somebody who needs to come spend some time in Marcy for a little while. That's when I first heard it, right? But we all know as MCs, all of us, our biggest flaw, all of us, like if we had to name 3 flaws about ourselves, this is one of them, is our contradictory nature. Um, I understood where he was coming from with that. I don't think that he was signaling out battle rap. I think he was signaling out when it gets to situations where people are getting hurt, people are getting because again, um, a lot of people don't know how to keep it on wax. They don't. People's especially now, like now you did somebody on a record that's spinning the block, they doing so I do think that that was timely. But people seem to forget the other thing that he said in that same interview. This is the part that annoys me about people. They'll hear what they want to hear and process that. That man said, this year, it is all about defense. He addressed everyone who was offensive to him. To him.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. You know what I mean? One thing I do want to say is that like the contradictory factor, I think is just human beings in general. Like when I interviewed Poison Pen, we were talking about this is the same
Shout
man
out to the
that
bro.
said, you know, I left condoms in your baby seat. You was kissing my dick when you was kissing that bitch and stuff like that. But, everybody has an opportunity to grow in life, right? To change how they feel and to move on and stuff. So obviously he said that when he was a younger man. But I think that when he was doing a lot of the battle records back then, obviously social media didn't exist. So I get his perspective on what he was talking about, how the fans have made it so much more extreme. Like before, you didn't have all these random people with platforms that are constantly every day talking that you just hearing voices all the time. Like we were dependent on like BET, MTV, like these key platforms, certain radio stations,
Right.
right, to hear what is the word on the street, what is people really thinking, or you just talking with your mans, about hip hop and stuff. But now it's just so excessive, it's so overwhelming that I think that the fans actually amp it up to become a problem and can gas up the artists too. Because like you said, like it's hard to keep it on wax, but sometimes it's really because you just hearing all these people clowning you because of what somebody said, right? In a diss track or whatever. You're like, oh dang, now I'm taking it even more
Yeah.
personal because I'm getting offended by so many people laughing at me because of what people said. You know what I'm saying?
I I just don't think I think he didn't word it correctly. I don't think that's where he was coming from. And again, like I think Hove addressed shit that had been happening to him that he was silent about for dumb long. So I don't feel like he was really coming at nobody. He was answering back things that was happening to him. It ain't like he got up there and just like how he just shitted on Prodigy and just did this, that, and it ain't like that's how that happened. You know, so I don't know. I just think people love narratives and they love to take shit and run with it. Hove is one of them niggas that people are just waiting for something to just nail him to the cross for. It sucks, man.
I
It
do think
sucks.
though that the energy behind the freestyle is very different than what we've seen him do in the past. It didn't feel as malicious, in my opinion.
Right. But
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with Jim Jones. I seen Jim Jones say something recently, and he was like, "Yo, he spared them. Wait till the Yankee Stadium freestyle." And I was like, mm. That's a point.
Right. So, in your opinion, what was your immediate reaction when you heard the freestyle for the first time?
Good question. I didn't think it was fire, and I didn't think it was mid. My problem with it was his delivery on it. I think he should have slowed up and delivered that shit slow and deliberate. I think he was feeling something. You know, as a MC, I know what that feeling is. Like you up there, either you was nervous about something or something happened, or maybe there was a time they told you that was gonna cut into your time. I don't know. But whatever it was something that had him speed through that when that's the moment that you don't speed through that. Like you don't speed through that. You take your time. You like battle rap. Like how battle rap is, you don't they take their time and their cadence so that there's no beat playing. So why are you rapping to a beat? Just talk to him. That's what he did. He did not talk to him. And I think that was my issue with it. Cause I think it would have went over a lot better um with the critics if he would have talked to him. Now the MCs and the people who love hip hop, we gonna listen to it and soak it in and go back, listen to it, and that's Hove anyway. I'm a big Hove fan. So you know, I'm interested to hear this album because I know it's coming.
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely think that substance wise, it was definitely there. You know, technical part was there. It's just I think that a lot of people seem to have had more of an issue with the way that the bars landed. So like I think you're right. Like in battle rap, it's all about timing, even like as a comedian, right? You know, the way that you set things up and it's like a whole thing. So I really feel like if he was a little more calculated with that, it would have landed different. But so many people made such a big deal. They were so distracted by the whole hair, you know? What did you think about that?
Yo, people, you can comb dreads out. That's first off. Black people, you ain't know you could comb dreads out. That's what I think about that. Like to see black people like, oh, that's a lace front. Oh, he just had dreads. They was mad nutty. Nigga, you can comb dreads out.
He said, I mean, they interviewed the girl that ended up doing it for him. She said it took like 6 days.
Yeah, I saw it. And the wild shit is that he probably had to take it out so he can cut it and get the Caesar for Yankee Stadium. You can't just take clippers and cut through the dread. You got to take them out.